We'll be right back. I gotta take a break and we'll come back to. We'll be right back. I gotta take a break and we'll come back to. Let me lower that. Let me see. All right. We'll be right back. We're gonna go Saturday night at the ballpark after dark post game show. We got the topics reviewing the 1970 season. STRAT-O-MATIC is coming out with SAD-V on a reprint of the 1970 season. And we'll talk about what's on your table and what projects you are doing on your table. And then to end the night, we'll do the recap of my game, which I just played between the Pittsburgh Pirates of 1958 and the 1938 Kansas City Monarchs. We'll be right back. Messages or something like that. I have no idea. Let me see if I can get it on the back on the TV. We are back. Okay, we're back. All right. We have After Dark. This is the Saturday night at the ballpark. After dark, we're gonna do a topic on what STRAT-O-MATIC has announced on January 1st that they're coming back with the 1970 replay season in SAD-V. They only came out with 1970 in basic and advanced, and I happen to have the basic and advanced, and we're going to look at those cards. Also, if I get any people coming into the room, let's talk about what's on your table and what projects you're doing and what's on your table and what projects are you doing and what games and so on and so forth. And then I'll finish up with my game recap that I already finished playing just a little while ago. All right, with that, let's get on with it. I have no one in the room as of right now. Oh, I do have people in the room, so just say hello and tell me who you are. And let's see if we can have some conversation here. What you see on my table is the envelopes to the 1970 season basic advance, and we're going to look at those cards, and we're going to look at the American League first. Let me see. And let's look at the American League. In 1970 was the second year of divisional play. The Minnesota Twins and the Baltimore Orioles faced each other in 1969, where the Baltimore Orioles took them down in 3. Not only did they take them down in 3, they faced each other the following year, and Baltimore did the same thing to them. They shut them down in 3. So 2 years in a row that the Minnesota Twins went to the National League West playoffs, the American League playoffs, representing the Western Division, and they lost back-to-back seasons. In the American League, Baltimore would host the Cincinnati Reds, and that's in the 1970 World Series. And let's go over the Baltimore Orioles right now. Okay, so this is what they look like back in the day with the cards. A bright white index card, you would say, with I'm gonna say not black ink, but it's like a dark blue ink. And let's see if we could pick it up on the camera. And once it's on a delay. I just gotta figure out what my angle is. Okay, that would be my angle. So Jim Palmer, as you can see. And that's what the card looks like back in the day. As you can tell, no wild pitches, none of that. It's just straight up basic. And the back of the card on the basic side is like a brown brown ink. There you see Palmer's card. Too close, right? I don't know where the camera is. Right there. Way too close. Go down a little more. That's good. Yeah, it's like a brown. It's like a brown ink on a white card. So Mike Cuellar, Dave McNally. Let's look at their stats: 24-9, 24-8, 20-10. McNally, Cuellar, and Jim Palmer, all 20-game winners. Let's take a look at some other players. They had a really dominant team back then, led by Boo Powell. There's his card. This is the 1970 Basic Advance. This is Boo Powell. He was the most valuable player that year. Take a nice look. I'm trying to focus on the camera here. See where position. All right, right there. Okay, Powell. He had 35 homers. He batted 297. And what these cards don't have on him is the RBIs. So we don't know how many RBIs he had. I could look it up on Baseball Reference. I don't want to go in that direction right now. 28 doubles, as you can see, and 526 at-bats. The most valuable player of the American League. And they really had a strong team back in the day, 1970. Now these cards are going to change to Sad V colors, red and blue. You know, with all the nicks and crannies to it, ballpark effects, things like that. Here's Frank Robinson. Frank Robinson had 25 homers, batted .306. Frank Robinson's card. And here's Brooks Robinson. human vacuum cleaner. As you can see, look at his bat, bat righty, bat lefty. Was it they don't perforate the cards back then. Everything is cut. I guess the printing plate when they printed the Baltimore Orioles was a little bit off on this one. I bought this from STRAT-O-MATIC back in the 80s. It says let me get it before they run out of it. And let's see, Brooks Robinson had 608 at bats, 31 doubles, 18 homers. He batted .276 during 1970. All right, Davey Johnson, 1970s card. And there it is right there, 530 at-bats, 27 doubles, 281 hitter. Davey Johnson. We go with Ellie Hendricks, Mark Belanger. We got Bobby Grich, Terry Crowley, Etcha Barron, Merrick Retman, who passed away this year. Sorry to say. Kurt Morton. Marcelino Lopez, Harden, Rickett, Phobos, Hall, Bo Drambowski, Eddie Watt, and Chico Simone. That's just some of the Baltimore Orioles who won the World Series that year in 1970, and they faced the Cincinnati Reds and they beat them. And I occasionally go on YouTube and watch that World Series. So the Baltimore Orioles are done. Check out the New York Yankees. 1970 New York Yankees. And Roy White, Fritz Peterson, Stoudemire, 15-game winner, 13 losses, 309. Pitched 271 innings that year. Kurt Belfray, Ron Woods, Danny Cater, Soon I Would Hate You. 582, 6 homers, 301 batting average. Here's Bobby Mercer. Bobby Mercer, good fielding range, 2.23 on a -2. And when the new cards come out, if you match up Bobby Mercer's Sad V card and his 1970 card, things are going to change here. The patterns are going to change. You know, you're going to see things differently in here. You know, he may not have on his right side, he may not have the 7, 8, 9 walk. That might change. And when opening day comes, when I get back from Long Island, I'm going to have an open box and we'll compare the seasons and the cards to see how they look. Bobby Mercer. Here's Thurman. Thurman was a 2.6 -4 arm. So very good potential right there for Thurman Munson. 453 at bat, 6 homers. He batted .302. 25 doubles. Again, the RBIs are missing. A couple of other things are missing, but you know it changes. You know, and you're gonna see changes when you get the set. Some people have asked me, you know, what are you gonna do? You had the set already. I'm still gonna buy the set. I want the Super Advance. Thurman Munson was the Rookie of the Year that year. Just want you, Thurman Munson, Rookie of the Year. And this is the team that my father used to take me to see. And It was 2 years after Mickey Mantle retired. Basically, the team was getting old, and they were in disarray. Johnny Ellis, Horace Clark. Loved Horace Clark. Loved the way he stood in the batter's box and stuff like that. Jerry Kenny, Aker, Jake Gibbs, backed up Thurman. Lundy McDaniel. I think he threw that volley floater, as they say. Frank Baker, Steve Klein, Mike Kekich, Stan Bonson, Gene Michael, the stick, and Jimmy Lytle. And that's some of the Yankees. Just wanted to pin out that Thurman was the rookie of the year that year. So 2 down. So let's move on to another team. Let's see. In the American League East right now, let's go and get the Minnesota Twins out. And they're right on top. They're with the West Division winners. And here's Harmon Killebrew. Look at that. That one right, 8 and 9 on the left and right side. Eight and 9. Harmon Killebrew. 41 dingers, 271, 20 walks, 527 at bats, 84 strikeouts. Tony Oliva. Here's Tony. .628 at bats, 23 homers, 325 on the average, 36 doubles. Again, less than 100 strikeouts, 67 to be exact. Here comes Carew, Rod Carew. He's a 337. I thought he'd be a better fielder. He's a 425 at first, but he has a nice 1-column slot on the 5. 191, 12 doubles. Rod Carew. Here comes Kitty. Left-handed pitcher, 14 and 10 with a 3.56, 230 innings. Allowed 244 hits, 58 walks, 120 on the strikeouts. Gave up 26 homers. 6 innings, 3 in relief. Now, back in the day, all pitchers were 2 rated, and they gave him an E rating of 26. Luis Tiant, 5-inning pitcher, just about 93 innings, 7 and 3, 3.39 ERA. Luis Tiant. And here comes Mr. Cy Young of 1970 from the American League. And Jim Perry, he pitched 24 and 12 with a 303, 279 innings, 168 strikeouts, only allowed 20 home runs. Jim Perry, American League Cy Young winner. Jim Perry. All right, let's go. Dan Boswell. There's Bert Blyleven and Ron Paranowski. 10 and 9 for Bert. 164. 17 innings, 17 homers, 135 strikeouts. Bert Blyleven. American League West Division winners. Take a sip of coffee. Ron Paranowski. Cardinalis, George Middlewall, Cesar Tovar, some of the Danny Thompson. Yeah, I remember Danny. Danny got sick with leukemia. I think him back in 76 or 77. A young man who passed away from leukemia. Always remember that. He had 302 at bats, 9 doubles, no homers, 219 hitter. I think he would be better later on in his career. Like Bobby Allison, 72 at bats, 1 homer, 208 average. Charlie Manuel, Frank Willis, Rich Reese, and that's some of the 1970 Western Division champs. All right, we closed that out. Looked at everything. I'm not going to look at all the cards. We're just going to let's see. All right, let's see who led the league in. Oh yeah, Big Frank Howard, Washington Saturdays. Let's bring him out. Where is the big lug? American League East. There he is. Big Frank Howard led the league in home runs. No, he's on top. Let's see what his card looks like back in 1970. I wonder what Super Advance is going to do when they Super Advance him. Look at that one pocket on the right side and left side. Draws a lot of walks. There's a lot of activity going on the left side. On left-hand pitches. Slow as shit, but what are you going to do? He's a big guy, 6'10", 566 at the bat, 44 homers, 283 on the average. Not bad for a big guy. That's the American League Home Run King. Let's move over. Actually, he won the RBI race too that year. And doesn't indicate the RBIs on these cards back in the day. 1970. Super Advance, STRAT-O-MATIC, opening day. Opening day is, I believe, the 21st. I'm pretty sure I saw that. Let's look at some of the Senators. Aurelio Rodriguez, Mike Epstein. 20 homers, 256. Mike Epstein, 413 at the first base. Aurelio Rodriguez, 1 third baseman on a 119. Got the Gold Glove, I believe. 610 at-bats, 19 homers, 249, 87 strikeouts. Some of these guys got 500 and 600 at-bats, less than 100 strikeouts, and that's pretty good. Eddie Brinkman. Yeah, Lance, I guess, he had quite a few as a backup. See who else is on the 70 team. Dick Bosman. 16 game winner, 3.00 ERA, 231 on the innings, 16 homers. Boswell, Dick Boswell. There's the card. Let me see. I hope I have the mic on. Yeah. Sometimes I do crazy things. All right. You guys want to join the chat? Maybe tell me what you're playing on your tabletop. If you're not playing any tabletop games, you want to. Let's see how we can get you there. Bernie Allen, Dick Knowles, Horatio Pena, Joe Coleman, Casey Cox, Frank Howard. And that's the Washington Senators. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see who led the league in doubles that season. We got 3 guys. We got 2 twins and the Kansas City Royals. So let's take a look at the Kansas City Royals with Amos Otis. And here he is right on top. He had 36 doubles and he was tied with Oliva and Otis. I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Oh God. Excuse me. All right. Amos Otis. 36 doubles. 284 hit, 11 homers. 620 at bats, and once again, 67 strikeouts. I just dropped it from the camera so you could see it. All right. He was tied with 2 other players for the Ted Abernathy. Wow. Talk about submarine pitcher. 9-3, 2.57 ERA, 56 innings pitched, 41 hits, 38 walks, 49 strikeouts, only 3 homers allowed. Dick Drago, he'll go to the Boston Red Sox soon. Jim Rooker. Let's see who else we got. Ed Kirkpatrick. Paul Scholl. Bobby Oliva. Bob Oliver, excuse me. Lou Piniella. Let's see, 542 at bats, 11 homers, 301 average, of course. So always going to bat 300. Lou! 4 outfielder, E5. 4 at the first base. Strong 1 pocket on the ones on left to right. Lou Piniella. Ellie Rodriguez. Cookie Rojas. Jackie Hernandez. And that's just some of the Kansas City Royals. All right, so who led the year in hits, and that's going to be Oliva. He had 204 hits. Alex Johnson of the California Angels just followed him with 202 with a 329 batting average. Let's see, the other side, Mike. California Angels. Let's take a peek at them. Clyde Wright, 22 game winner. There you go. 283 ERA, 261 in innings, 24 homers allowed, 110 strikeouts. Clyde Wright. He has a bad pocket on the 6, 4 and 5 on the left side. And again, this is all going to change. The numbers will not be there because they're going to mix it up a little bit. So when I get back from STRAT-O-MATIC headquarters on the 21st, when I get home, I make a day out of it. So I get up early in the morning, I take the bus to Penn. Then I take the Long Island Railroad. It drops me off right across the street from STRAT-O-MATIC headquarters. And I walk right into the place. Well, if I get there early enough, which I will be, there'll be a line out there. Well, I might be the first one online. Who knows? Jim Fagozzi, Alex Johnson, and here he is. He had 202 hits. He fell 2 behind Tony Oliva, and he batted 614 at bats, 14 homers, 329 average, 68 strikeouts. Look at that. You could say all these guys back in the day were patient at the plate. Look at that. His front, four in the outfield. As it gets late innings, I don't like to have 4 range play plays outfielded out in my outfield. Jay Johnstone, 320 at bats, 11 homers, 238 with the average, 53 RBIs. And Eddie Fisher. Should I come down with that a little bit? I don't want to reach up. And that's it. All right, we're going to look at the National League now. Let's take a peek at the National League. And okay, so National League will come in. And here we are. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds that represented the National League in the National League Championship Series. Cincinnati beat the Pittsburgh Pirates without looking, I believe, 3-0. 3 games to nothing. And we'll take a look at the Cincinnati Reds that will host the Baltimore Orioles and wind up losing to them in the World Series. All right, so what do we have here? We got Tony Perez, 587 at-bats, 40 homers, 317 on the average. 134 on the strikeouts, Tony Perez. Pete Rose. The man should be in the Hall of Fame. And he's a 1 outfielder in the right field. He's a 1-1 in the outfield, so good card to have. He's a beast dealer. That'll change this year when the Super Advance comes out. Strong power on the left and right side. 649 at bats. 37 doubles, 316 on the average, 64 strikeouts, 15 homers. Let's look at Johnny Bench. And Johnny Bench was the National League's most valuable player of 1970. 605 at bats, 45 homers, 293 average, 35 doubles. Johnny Bench. He was the most valuable player of the National League. -4 on, 1-7, -4. Let's see what we got. Lee May, Ty Klein, Cabo, Woody Woodward, Clay Carroll, Washburn, Granger, Gullett, Angel, Bravo, Jim Stewart, Cheney, Tolan, Bobby Tolan, Pat Corrales, Concepcion, 265, 1 homer, 260, 23 walks, 45 strikeouts. Dave Concepcion is a 348 at short, 1970. Hal McRae, Collinger, Nolan, McLaughlin, and Merritt, Simpson. Some of the Cincinnati Reds. Let's look at the St. Louis Cardinals now. St. Louis. Of course, they're in the East. All right. All right. Dick Allen went to Richie Allen. And there's his card. 1970. He's a 4E11 at first base. No better at third. And in the outfield, you better keep him in the infield. Richie, 1 pocket, 8 and the 9 on both sides. There you have it. See what he did. 559, 34 homers, 279, 118 RBIs. Strikeouts. Here comes Joe Torre. He was the catcher. 3E8 on the range. Not much of an arm on a 0. Joe Torre. And again, once the Sadvig cards, once I got them, I'll bring them home. I'll break them up and we'll go over both sets to see, to compare how the columns change. You're going to see that between the 70 basic advance and Sadvig. Torrey, 624, 21 homers, 325, 91 strikeouts. Here comes Brock. He's a 2E11 left field. Again, Strat has problems with margins. The left-handed bat is not shown here, just a little piece of it. And double A stealer. Not a triple A, but he's a double A. I like to see triple A's. 664 at bats, 304 hitter, 13 homers, less than 100 at bats. For strikeouts, 99 to be exact. And let's see who else we got. Ted Simmons. Up and coming Ted Simmons. Julian Javier, Dale Maxwell, Nellie Bryce, Jerry Royce was on this team. Frank Linz, Steve Carlton, lefty. 10 and 19, had a terrible year. 3.72 ERA, 254, 239 hits, 193 on the strikeouts, allowed 25 home runs. Lefty Steve Carlton. What we got? Oh yeah, can't forget this man. This guy, he won the Cy Young in 1970. Bob Gibson, 23 and 7, 312 ERA, 294 innings pitched, allowed 262 hits, allowed 88 walks, 274 strikeouts, 13 home runs allowed. And I wonder what his card is going to look like in Sadvig. Yep, there it is. Bob Gibson. All right, Mike Torres, Jose Cardinal, Jim Beauchamp. shit. Come on, man. Mike Shannon. 337 at third. Mike Shannon. Freddie Norman. Guess I'll go to the Reds later on. And that's the St. Louis Cardinals. What else we got that we got to look at? Oh yeah, let's go and get the Atlanta Braves. Come on, man. Let's get the Atlanta Braves. All right. And here we go. Hank Aaron. Look at the one pocket, both sides, 8 and 9 on the home runs. He's a 2, E8 with a -2 arm in right field. Batted .516, 26 doubles, 38 home runs, 298 hitter, 63 strikeouts, 74 walks. Hammer and Hank. And I can't wait to see what the Sad V card looks like. Hank Aaron. Here comes Rico Cardi. I like his left side pocket, number 1. And he's heavy on the pocket on the right side. 478 at-bats, 23 doubles, 25 homers, 366 hitters, 77 walks, 46 strikeouts. Rico Cardi. He's a 4E9 +2. Here's one of my favorite Mets. And as you can see, the one column. Take a good look. That's Felix Millon's column. Now, this didn't fade. It was just printed that way. It's not a fade shot, so and not good. Not good. 590, 310 hitter, 2 homers, 25 doubles, 35 walks. Felix Millon, Felix the Cat. Every time he came up at bat, Joan Jarvis will play Felix the Cat theme. Mike Lum, let's see who we got here. Who are we looking for? Oh yeah, Carl Morton. Sonny Jackson, Bob Astromonte, Pat Jarvis. Here comes Cleet Boyer. Boyer 475 with the at-bat, 16 homers, 246 average, 14 doubles, 71 strikeouts. Heavy on the 3, on the pocket on the left side and right side. Cleet Boyer. Nash, Wilhelm, McQueen, Necro. George Stone, Orlando Cepeda. I guess STRAT-O-MATIC had a problem. I've seen a number of 2 cards in here. I got 2 Orlando Cepedas. He's nice on the one pocket on the right side. On the 5.6. 567 at bats, 34 homers, 305 average. Orlando Cepeda. Alright, Ralph Garr. Tony Gonzalez. Didier. And Tommy Aaron. Hank Aaron's brother. 63 at bats. That's about it. Wait a minute. Where's Carl Morton? Did I miss him? Phil Negro. 12 and 18, 4.27 ERA, 230 innings pitched, allowed 40 home runs. They must have caught his knuckleball quite a few times. All right. I guess he was traded. Let me look at his 1970. Oh, he went to Montreal. Okay. All right, my bad. I wanted to look at Atlanta anyway. They had a pretty good club coming off 1969. Coming off the 1969 divisional play against the Mets. And they wound up losing. Let's take a look at the second year Montreal Expos. And here's Carl Morton. And this is Carl Morton, National League Rookie of the Year. 18 and 11, 360 ERA, 285. He allowed 27 homers, 154 on the strikeouts. Rookie of the Year, Carl Morton. Montreal Expos. And then Bobby Wine, Fairley, Gary Sutherland. I remember all these guys. John Bay, Rusty Staub, 569, 30 homers, 274. Again, the RBIs aren't there, but we'll look at the RBIs for the National League. Rusty Staub, I like the 1-5 on the pocket, on both sides. Rusty Staub. Bob Bailey, and this is one of my best names I ever heard. Coco Boy. Coco Boy. 432, 26 doubles, 5 homers. Batted 199, 81 strikeouts. Coco Boy, one of my favorite names in baseball. Coco. Mac Jones. And this is one of my favorite Italian last names. And it is John Baccabella. John Coccabella. Love that last name. Beautiful Italian last name. John Baccabella. He batted 145, 145 at bats, 5 homers, 269, 24 strikeouts. John Baccabella. And I like the way the PA address announcer, Ron Fairley, used to call his name out. And I forgot the name of the ballpark. But he used to sing the name when he used to come up to the plate. John Baccabella. All right, let's take a quick peek at the headers, and we'll end it. I don't think there's anybody in the room. Nobody has said hello. Nope, I'm the only one in here, so that's okay. It's 1:30 in the morning, and look at Barry. Let's go to Bobby Bonds. Where's San Francisco? Barry Bonds' dad. They're good teams. Here comes Stretch. Look at Bobby. Look at that 2-pocket right side. I wonder if that 2-pocket's going to look like in Sad V. I bet you they change that. Guarantee they will. Willie McCovey. 2E17 at first. 495 at bats, 39 homers, 289. on the average, 75 strikeouts. I'm telling you, these guys were patient at the plate. All right, Dick Dietz, and here comes Willie Mays. 470 at-bats, 28 homers, 291, 90 strikeouts. 2 center field, 210 on the on the range, -3. Say hey kid, Willie Mays. Now this is an interesting card that's coming up. In the name of Bobby Bonds. He had 745 plate appearances. He had 663 at-bats. 302 average, 26 homers. And he was a little aggressive swinging the bat, 189 on the strikeouts. He's a 2.12 with a -4 arm. I like his one pocket on the right side as well as the left side. Bobby Bonds. All right. What else we got here? Juan Marichal. Well, he was 12-10 with a 4.11 ERA, 243 innings pitched, 269 allowed hits, 123 on the strikeouts, 28 homers. Juan Marichal. I'd like to see what his Sad B card is going to look like. Expect changes. Let me see. Gaylord Perry. 23-13 with a 3.20. 329 on the innings, 292 on the hits, 214 strikeouts. Not bad. Gaylord Perry. All right. You're watching Saturday Night at the Ballpark. You're watching After Dark post-game show, showing off the 1970 Strat-O-MATIC cards between Basic and Advance. Strat-O-MATIC's coming out with the Super Advance this February. And I'm just showing the cards now because when I pick up my set in February, I'm going to compare the cards to see how much they changed. They will be changing, boys. They will be changing. That's the San Francisco Giants. Let's see who led the National League in doubles that year. Oh, pretty boy. Pretty boy Parker led the league in doubles with 47. Let's take a look at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Let's see if we can get Pretty Boy up right away. Some of the Dodgers, Torbo, Russell, Mola, Ted Sizemore, Bill Singer, Sutton, and here he is, Wes Parker. Willie McCovey had 39, he was below him, and there it is. 614 at-bats, 47 doubles, 10 homers, 319 batting average, 79 walks, 70 strikeouts. Wes Parker led the National League in doubles. Wes Parker. Claude Osteen, Brewer, Davis, Foster, Waller, Manny Mota, Tolborg. And that's about it. Wes Parker led the Dodgers in the National League in doubles. I think we know who. Nope, we don't know. Let's get the Cincinnati Reds up. I did have them out. But let's take a look at the home run king of that year. Billy Williams had 42, and he was second to Johnny Bench who had 45, 293, 35 doubles. I did show Johnny Bench's card, but the home runs brought him out again. There's Johnny Bench. -4 on the arm. Look at that. Look at that two pocket. I guarantee you that two pocket's going to change on the left side. Guaranteed. All right. Let's see. I think he led the league in RBIs too, Johnny Bench. 148. He did. Billy Williams was second to him. And second to him on home runs with 42. Let's take a look at Billy. Sweet swinging Billy Williams. There he is. Just fell out. Left-handed batter. He was a 2-E-3 in the corners. Oh, he's a 3-3 in the right corner. But I like the one pocket on the one on the right side for 5 and 6. .636 at bats, 34 doubles, 42 homers, .322 average. And that's sweet swinging Billy Williams. And I think that's gonna wrap it up, I think. Let's take a look at the pitches very quickly. Hello, Al. How are you? I'm just doing a post-game show. And I'm going over the 1970 cards. I don't know if you just joined me. Anyway, I just want, STRAT-O-MATIC's coming out this. Good, thanks. You're welcome. Nice. Yeah, they're coming out with the 1970s set. Excuse me, I got a bad cold. And I'm just showing people the cards, from 1970. And when Super Advance 1970 comes out in a few weeks, when I get home, I'll break them up. I'll set it up for another post-game show. Thank you, Al. Appreciate that. And I want to compare the cards when the set comes out, just to show you what's going on and stuff like that. All right, for the National League, we had 3 20-game winners. And it was Perry from the Giants, Gibson from St. Louis Cardinals, and Fergie Jenkins from the Chicago Cubs. I'm not going to go. Yeah, you just came in the room? Well, let's go over the 3 20-game winners. Perry of the Giants. Fergie Jenkins from the Cubs. And Gibson from St. Louis. All right. And here's Bob Gibson's card. And they say it, 9 innings, strong 9 innings. He went 23-7 with a 3.12 ERA, 294 innings pitched, 262 hits allowed, 274 strikeouts, only giving up 13 home runs. I don't know, my finger's in the way. That's his 1970 card. White background with brown letters, Al. Front side, it's a dark blue. It's not black. It looks like black, but it's definitely a dark blue. And that's Bob Gibson's card. So, let's take a look at Fergie. Me too. These were in my mind, these were the greatest ball players. 60s and 70s. Let's see. Fergie. And here he is. All right, let's take a look at Fergie. Let's take a look at his card. I don't like his 5 pocket on the 4 and the 5. He's a little vulnerable there. There's, you want me to go over the Red Sox, just let me know. I'll get to that in a minute. 22 and 16, 3.39 ERAs, 313 innings pitched, 265 allowed hits, 274 strikeouts, 30 homers allowed. Fergie Jenkins. And he's another one that I love too. Fergie Jenkins. And let's go to Perry. The San Francisco Giants. Where are you? And here he is. Okay. There's his card. Again, his 6 pockets. Tough on the 4 or 5 right there. And this is going to change in Sat V for sure. I just want to, I'm anxious to see how much these cards are going to change. How you doing, Astros? Yeah, I do this every once in a while. Yeah, I'll get the Red Sox up now, Al. I do this every maybe once a month, post game show after my game. Gaylord Perry, there he is, right-hander, and he went 23 and 13 with a 3.2 ERA, 292 hits, 214 strikeouts, 27 home runs. Gaylord Perry, these are the 3 National League 20-game winners. I'll get to the American League now. Bob Gibson. Getting the new 1970. Astro, are you going to get it? Everybody's going to get it. It was a season that everybody wanted. I really wanted 33 and 36. They said they're working on that. But I think well, hopefully they'll get it out one day. All right, the Boston Red Sox. Just get the American League up because I want to go to the 20-game winners in the American League. And then I'll pitching. All right, for the Red Sox, Carl Yaz. I love the 1 pocket on the right side, 5 and 6. And I like the one pocket on the left side. Can take care of either pitcher, lefty or righty. Power on both sides. And 566. At bats, 40 homers, 329, and 66 strikeouts. And I said early in the video that these guys were patient at the plate because a lot of them had 500, 600 at bats, and they had less than 100 strikeouts. And you wanted to see Billy, right? Right. Here comes Billy. He batted. He had 398 at bats, 18 homers, 271 average, 73 strikeouts. Billy C. I'm gonna get Tony up now. He's a 2-E11 in left. He has good range in the outfield. -1 on. And let me get his brother out. Let's see, Reggie, I want to see too. George Scott, Rico Petrocelli. Somebody's left me a message. He says I sound like Rico Petroselli. I says, well, we might sound alike because we're from the same neighborhood. Anyway, here comes Tony C. And you gotta love this 2-column. Left side. I like the right side too, on the 9 and 10. Yeah, he did. He did. Look at that. 4 on the route. He's a 4.8 in the outfield. And a -2, but that's all right. 560 with the at-bats. 20 doubles, 36 homers. Again, the card is totally bad. Not because it's old and worn, because it was printed this way. And there you have it. Less than night. Look at that, Al. 93 strikeouts at 560 at bats. Here comes Rico, 583, 29 homers, 261 average, 82 strikeouts. And again, you can see the print was missing. The plate was probably out of line on the printing press. And there's his front card, his advance card. I like the 3 pocket on the 5, on the left side and right side. It's coming out this February, Al. It's coming out this February. That's the revised season that they put out every year. I wish they could put out 2, 3 of them, but they go with 1 a year. I don't, it's not like we're getting younger. We're getting older. Here comes Big George Scott, 480 at the plate, 16 homers, 296, 95 strikeouts. Scott. George Scott. I like the PA address announcer in Boston back in the day when he couldn't announce Carl Yastrzemski's last name when he first came out. And I heard he just says, as he was doing the lineups and wherever Yastrzemski was batting, he goes batting fourth, number 8. Do you remember hearing that, Al? Reggie Smith, switch hitter. 2E10 in the outfield. He couldn't pronounce his last name, so he just batting fourth, number 8. Paused, number 8. There's Smith's. Well, he was quick. He was quick to do that. Maybe the mic went off, and people were saying, "Oh, the mic must have went off." And that's it. Anything else, man? Never heard that story. Love it. Thanks for. Yeah, that's what I heard, Al. That's what I heard. When Yaz first came up. Let's look at the pitching. Let's go to wins. And we got a couple. We got 3 24-game winners, and I know 2 of them are in Baltimore. Jim Perry from Minnesota. I went over that. Clyde Wright from California. Sammy McDowell, Palmer, and Fritz Peterson. I'm surprised at that with the Yankees. 2.90 ERA. Who had the best ERA that year? There you go. Sagi, 2.56. Well, he came out of the bullpen, I think. I don't know. He had 19 starts. Who was the Palmer and McDowell pitched 305 innings. Palmer and McDowell. But this is Boston Red Sox team, 1970s, pretty good. And that's it. I think I'm going to call it a night. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I don't know what's on. I know what's on Al's table. Al is doing. What are you doing again, Al? Al, the Red Sox fan. He's doing this 66. All right, Al. I'll see you some other time. I think you did a game tonight. Is that correct? Yeah, 81 Apple, right. You did an Apple game? Did an Apple game tonight? Anyway, check out Al's channel. Al, the Red Sox fan, does great work with Apple and STRAT-O-MATIC. He does a few other games. Bob B. I was hoping for the 74, but I'm okay with 70. I got 70. I got 74 basic advance. Yeah, yeah, they'll come out with it eventually, but when is the question. Anyway, you want to? We could talk about what's on your table, Bob. What's on your table? I'd like to know. I know what's on Al's table. Anyway, let's go over tonight's game between the 58 Pittsburgh Pirates and the 38 Kansas City Monarchs. And the game changer was definitely in the third inning when Dick Stewart hit a 3-run homer. There was one out in the third before Bill Verdon hit a single, followed by a Bob Skinner walk. And then there was a ground ball to short that was not turned over for a double play. They got the force out at second base, and they didn't get Frank Thomas out at first. Umpire called him safe. Dick Stewart comes to the plate, and he hits the 3-run homer, and that was the turnaround of this game. If the Pirates didn't have that inning with that 3-run homer, they probably would have pulled this game out 3-2, because the Pittsburgh Pirates did not do anything from the 5th inning on. They only got one hit, and that was the only hit in the 9th inning. I'm doing a bunch of strat tournaments, greatest teams with gem sets, plus 71, 73, 76 tournament. All right, so what's the tournaments? All right, so you're playing the greatest teams with gem sets. So how many gem sets are you playing with? So how do you play your tournaments? Give me an idea how you do that. Anyway, getting back to this game. Yeah, it was Hilton Smith. He just shut them down after the 4th inning. They got 6 hits off of him, 5 runs. The big one was the 3-run homer. That should have been a double play, but didn't work out for them, and they wound up losing the game 5-3, and that's how the Pirates won this one. This was a 1-0 bracket, so the Pittsburgh Pirates go to the 2-0 bracket. The Monarchs will go to the 1-1 bracket, and for next Saturday night, we have a losers bracket coming up, and that's going to be the 1981 Houston Astros. Nolan Ryan will go up against Dave McNally of 1968 Baltimore Orioles. That's next Saturday night here at Saturday Night at the Ballpark. I didn't even do a play of the game. I'll do that later. Anyway, I have a 32-team tournament. Teams from 20s, 30s, 50s, and 60s, 70s, 80s. All tournaments are double elimination. Okay, so basically when I'm playing here, all brackets are best of 7. I got you. All right. Okay. That sounds interesting. You got a lot of strat sets too. Oh, you're doing the yeah, okay. The gem sets. Is that the gem sets? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I bought all the gem sets too. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this stuff. My closet's getting big. The vault is getting big. And my wife is gonna throw me out one day. Anyway. Yeah. Let's say you're a big strat player like myself. Astro Reefer, what are you doing? I know that's a tough go, Bob. It's tough. I started in 1920 replay, and actually I have all the score sheets here. I just got the computer 1920 computer game, so I'm putting all the stats in, and maybe that'll motivate me to play it out right. I thought it was too much work. Now that I'm retired, it might be a little better, but between work and working shifts, this and that, 3 shifts, 1, 2, 3, I didn't know where I was going, so I really couldn't sit down and have a full season. You have 23 strat seasons, Astro? Hey, listen, if you can do it, go for it, 69, 80, and 22. I was thinking about doing maybe just a team season, a team replay. Like I was thinking about actually doing 1970 New York Mets coming off the World Series. I wanted to just see if they could get there in 1970 in Strat. And I might consider that, do 162 Met games. But we'll see. But I got my solitaire leagues going. And they were great with JR. They were great. They were a tough team. They were a tough team. They were a good team too. Well, anyway, boys, I'm gonna say goodnight. Thank you for popping in, Bob. Appreciate it. Astro referee, Reefer. Stay well. Hope you join me again. Well, what year did he have the stroke? Was it 81 or was it 80? Oh, there's not without a doubt he was 1980. Okay, yeah, it was terrible. That was terrible. All right, guys. I'm gonna say goodnight. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Hope to see these guys down the road. Al, take care. Guys, take care. Bob, take care. I'll talk to you later.